The next, if you look at your handout, the quote that I have on there is from Lila Corwin Berman, who is a professor of history at Temple University. And this is the one that I think some of you, either it may make you uncomfortable or you may find it provocative. But one of the things that I think is interesting about Lila's quote is that she inserts the word Christian into white nationalism. And I think that's the part that is often left out, or the part of the discussion that we often don't have, is when does white nationalism also appropriate certain tropes within Christianity that also respond to both Muslims and Jews. So it's not only that it's the targeting of non-white bodies, it's also the targeting of two religions within the monotheistic or Abrahamic tradition that are now viewed as enemies of, or outside of, or not within the framework of whatever Christian values are. The last thing I want to mention, and then I'll pass this to David goes next, is the way in which we live out these kinds of exclusionary practices that seem banal, but actually point in the direction of why the extremity is actually able to happen. So wear your Sunday best. So this is what my kids are always told at school for some kind of event. Wear your Sunday best. And this is in a public school. And so the view is everybody goes to church, right? But that's not true. Whether you're religious or not everybody goes to church, but that's the presumption, right? The wear your Sunday best. And it's not an innocuous phrase. What happens with the wear your Sunday best is part of a larger framework of, you may go to a public school, but this is really a Christian school, right? The winter concert is a Christmas concert. And where my kids are, they say it in an unabashed, unashamed way. It is a Christmas concert. They do Christmas music. They do not do music from any other religious culture, where music should be an opportunity to actually educate. Music actually becomes a kind of hegemony and closing down, and really a parochialism in the worst sense of that term, right? A kind of particularity. There's no need to learn about other cultures or music from other cultures. The prayer in school. My daughter was in marching band and quit marching band because she got tired of the prayers that were said before the event. Again, in a public school. This happens with athletics also. The dress codes, which often have coded religious language attached to them.